Show Creo with us this morning. Randy from Captain Chuck's 2. Good morning to you. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming in this morning. Talking about fall fishing and as well, let's see, you're getting ready for bow hunting season too.
Yep.
We always talk about this on our segments about people getting in early and getting their bows strung and all that good stuff. Is that happening or not?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, we're staying pretty busy with repairs and preparation type stuff. So far so good, but I'll get my few that come in last minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've pretty much passed the tourist season, if you want to say that. I was heading to Grand Rapids over the weekend, and camper after camper after camper are headed down that way. But what does it feel like there at Captain Chuck's when it comes to this time of the year?
Yeah, it's definitely slowed down.
Okay.
I mean, we can definitely see the difference. Day-to-day sales reflects that. But we still staying busy with the upcoming archery. There's still salmon being caught in the rivers and in the lakes. So we're still staying busy with the fishermen too. So.
All right, and the big question is, now that the Badger's not running, are you seeing more people fishing in the Bay Area, in coming in the harbor there? Is it plentiful when they're fishing? Are they catching a lot?
Yeah. So this time of year, what happens is, depending on the weather, wind direction, things like that, pods of fish will push in there.
Okay.
So one morning or evening, it can be spectacular. And then, 5 hours later, there might not be a fish in there. So you got to catch them on the right day. But when they do get the pods of fish, the fishing is really good.
All right. Sounds good.
And they are fishing a lot by the car ferry. Yeah.
All right. So what are we fishing for here in the September transitioning to October, Randy?
That's all. They're still fishing for kings.
Okay.
Yep. Still fishing king salmon. October, late October, early November, then the steelhead will start.
Okay.
So, but we got to get a little bit colder for that. So.
All right. What about lure wise? What are we going to be putting on our fishing line?
They're still fishing jigs,
Okay.
the vertical jigs, and then the guys that are trolling are doing well on plugs,
Okay.
which is like a round body. Just looks almost like a bullet, kind of like a long bullet.
Okay.
So
You guys have been extremely busy there at Captain Chuck's too.
we've been super busy.
All right.
Yeah, super busy.
So how did summer go? Tell us about that.
It went really well. We ran Memorial Day, Labor Day sales. Those went over really, really well. Okay. So we have a 50% off room now that we're going to run 2 to 3 times a year. We're going to run it Memorial Day, Labor Day, and then possibly Black Friday.
All right.
So it's kind of cool. Everything inside there is 50% off.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
That's
it's pretty cool. We do pretty well in
So
there.
when somebody walks in there, what are they finding? What?
It's mixed bag. It's lures, it's hooks, it's archery equipment, not equipment, but maybe calls or broadheads or things like that. We've got clothing, there's rods and reels. It's and we just add to it. Okay. So we keep adding to it. So yeah, it's a pretty cool spot.
All right. Any cool stories come out of summer this year from a tourist standpoint, from visitors, anything like that? Somebody walked into the store maybe for the first time. What was summer like for you guys?
It was busy, and we run that Big King Bonanza every year. Mm-hmm. So kind of a cool thing this year was the top 2 boats were just weekend warriors. One was a local guy. He finished second place. Fishes out of a 16-foot aluminum boat. And
wow.
And won $2,500.
There you go.
So yeah, pretty cool. And then the guy that won it, same thing. They're just kind of weekend guys. They come up here quite a bit on the weekends and just fish and have a good time, and decided to get into it and won $5,000.
Wow.
So
do you think he'll change out his boat at all or not?
I doubt it. Well, they said that they were going to use the $5,000 for equipment.
Okay.
So he's probably going to upgrade some things and stuff like that. But
absolutely.
Yeah. So
it kind of tells you that anybody can win those kind of
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can. It just takes that one fish. I mean, yeah. So
yeah, absolutely. Any cool tips about this summer that you didn't expect to happen, or anything that was like, well, somebody fished with this and they caught a lot? Anything that just jumped out at you?
Nothing really off the hook. Every year we always get a bait or two that are super hot that we just can't keep in the store no matter what.
Stand by stand by for just a second. Let's bring in 102.7 WMOM. We're talking with Randy from Captain Chuck's too. And you were going on, by the way, this segment on our sister station, Hot Country Hits 99.9. You're talking about a bait for summer months, right?
Right, yep.
Take us through that.
So we always get one or two that are super hot every year, and it's usually something different every year. So this year we had one made by Moonshine that was called Soda. It's just a blank with yellow and green dots, and it was like the one this year.
Wow.
So, as many times as we could reorder that, they would be gone.
Do you think that'll be, does it stick from year to year, some of the hot baits like that?
Some of them stay. I mean, we have our regulars that are good baits every year, and then it seems like there's always one or two that all of a sudden the fish found it and love it.
Absolutely. All right. We're talking with Randy from Captain Chuck's 2 this morning here on Hot Country Hits 99.9. And a quick teaser here on 102.7 WMOM. If you want to listen to this entire segment, flip on over to Hot Country Hits 99.9. And Randy, for us here on Hot Country Hits, we're getting ready for bow season too. What's going on there?
Yeah, less than 2 weeks.
Okay.
So opening day is Sunday the 1st. And we're staying busy. We're running some sales right now. If people need tree stands, we do have tree stands on sale.
Okay.
So trying to move some of them out. And besides that, it's get your stuff in and get ready and do your shooting and be prepared.
All right, because opening day is
Sunday the 1st.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Absolutely.
And we are going to be closed on Sunday the 1st.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're only open normally till noon, so we decided that as hard as we've worked this year, we're going to take the day off and go hunting.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
Is this like a first?
it is a first.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. It's the first time we've shut down since Scott's owned it.
Okay.
For something like this. I mean, we'll close on holidays, obviously, but
Do you think that people will be in a panic mode because?
I guarantee I'll be swamped on Monday morning.
Interesting.
But it'll be worth it. It'll
Yeah.
be worth it.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to that. And then rifle season right after that, right?
Yeah, November 15th starts gun season.
Wow.
So it's right around the corner. Winter's almost here.
Do you think you stay? I mean, I know this is probably a question that has a no, but you don't stay as busy in the fall and winter as the summer. I mean, summer is definitely different, but how different is it between fall and winter?
So it slows down right after Labor Day.
Okay.
A lot of people go home, so we slow down. But with the archery side and still catching salmon, we still do pretty good.
Okay.
We hit a wall November 15th.
Okay.
When gun season starts, we kind of hit a wall.
Yeah.
Now that we have Tinney Industries in there, we'll obviously have more foot traffic that time of year because we never had anything, gun related before. Okay. So now that he's in there, I'm sure we'll have more foot traffic. Hopefully that'll help our sales also.
What do you think about, and I guess I dovetail that question off of the idea that, do you think that you're seeing more new people getting out and learning to hunt and to fish? Is that happening?
Definitely on the fishing side.
Okay.
Yeah, especially on the salmon fishing side.
All right.
We always get a lot of kids and things like that in the, the little lake end of it. But yeah, I think we're seeing a lot more salmon guys, and we're seeing a lot of older salmon guys coming back to the fishing.
Okay.
Because the fishing is so good now. The numbers, we didn't have the big fish this year like we did the last couple of years, but the numbers were great.
Okay. All right. And hunting, do you think those numbers will improve? Is it because I don't hear a lot, not necessarily from Captain Chuck's, but just in general, when I was growing up, we would hear hunter safety and that promoted a lot. But do you have to go through hunter safety still, right?
You still eventually have to go through hunter safety. Yep. There's a couple of years that you can hunt.
Okay.
I can't remember what they call it now. An apprenticeship. It's either apprenticeship or mentor, because there's two of them.
Okay.
And one of them you don't have to have the hunter safety for. You're allowed to do that for 2 years.
Okay.
And then you have to get your hunter safety.
All right. So very interesting. But let's see if we can get those numbers, because we want to get the youth involved in fishing and hunting,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. And do you see that going back to the fishing side of it, and don't mind me asking some questions of you, but do you see that on the fishing side that you are in that increase? Is it the younger demographic? Is it just people that are like, hey, I want to go out fishing, and they're adults? Where's that stand?
We're seeing both.
Okay.
We see an influx of people that have maybe moved to town that have never really been fishermen that are trying now, and a lot of them are we get a lot of guys and ladies that have never fished salmon.
Okay.
And now that this new jigging thing is going the last couple of years, it is unbelievable how many new people have tried it. We've sold more rod and reel combinations for salmon jigging this year than we could imagine.
Okay. All right.
So
Very cool.
we're talking about even putting together like a salmon starter kit for next year. Would be like a rod, a tackle box, a reel, some jigs. So we're not sure if we're going to do it yet, but it's something we've thought about just because we sold so many this year.
And maybe even some classes, because how different is it from just putting a worm on your hook and throwing it out in the pond or lake to jigging and catching those salmon?
The jigging's, it's a simple technique.
Yeah.
It's super simple.